not going to cover this up right here because this piece of tin will be cut off before this, which is good because there's some Swiss cheese basically right here, a place where the rust is just kind of eating through, so I don't want this part anyways. Here's what I ended up doing here. You see, I don't have to do the entire thing because part of this is going to be cut off. I only need about 9 feet, and actually ended up, my original plan was just kind of to do the rusty spots on the underside of this tin. Then I said, you know, it's going to look a whole lot better if I just go ahead and do the whole thing. So that's what I did. I did the whole thing with, of course, the exception of these ends here because they'll be cut off anyway. So yeah, we'll just wait for that to dry out, and we'll flip it over and do the other side. Somebody in the comments mentioned that doing the underside of the tin can also help add a little bit of insulation to the underside of the tin to help with condensation. I'm not sure if that's true or not. It sounds good. It's an awfully thin layer of insulation, but it can't hurt anything, right? While we wait for that to dry out, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the lathing on the roof. Before I coat the top side of the tin, I'll have to go to the store and get another brush as well. This one has done its time.
Fun fact.
I flipped those over because I was expecting some rain, but we got about 6 drops and now it's over, so I guess I'll get back on the roof. right, well that's got the lathing up, and that was my major goal for today, so it must be quitting time. Turned out really nice. I don't think I'm gonna have too much trouble getting the tin on that. Every now and then the trusses are actually square with the lathing too. It's really starting to look like a little house. I'm getting excited about it. You wanna go help me feed the pigs? What do you want to feed them?
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes? I think we've got one cherry tomato we can feed them.
Okay.
What else?
Food.
Okay, just food.
Okay.
Right outside the pen.
I would park right there.
We'll park right here. This is fine. You just want to put it in their bowl? Mm-hmm. And they have to throw it so they don't chomp you. Yeah, just throw it.
I pulled it out of the bowl.
You did good.
I like it.
Flies do like pigs.
Hey, Apple and Cherry wood.
At one point I had this pig pen in pretty decent shape. There was a nice dry area, there was a waller, they had their shed to get out of the rain or sun or whatever, and of course they've still got their little tarp shelter. But then we got a bunch of rain, and we've just been continually getting rain, and it has been a disaster area ever since. So when we do this again, or if we do this again, I'm considering very seriously doing the electric fence method with 2 or 3, or knowing me, I'll probably do like 4, maybe 5 strands of wire over a larger area, because this pen, I mean, I know they're pigs and I know they're nasty, but good grief, it is just a disaster area all the time. And I know a lot of y'all are going to suggest the deep bedding system on this. It's just really not all that practical to come out every single day and put bedding constantly down, especially when it rains, and that bedding is only good for half a day if it rains, maybe 1 day or something like that. But anyway, this has been a great learning experience. These pigs are actually doing really good. I'm feeding them tons of food now and they're growing like crazy, but next time I'm probably going to do things a little bit differently. My first thought with this tin was to coat it while it was on the ground like this, but I think what I'm going to do, because I've got some time constraints, I'm actually leaving to go out of town tomorrow, and what I'm going to do is just put it up right now and try my best to get the building dried in, and then I'll come back later, which hopefully doesn't mean never in this case, and cool seal it later on. Here's something really important that I forgot. These joists right here, these floor joists that are holding up the loft, are jutted out some. So obviously that's not going to let my tin go down like it should go down, and I just forgot to do that. So let's go ahead and get that done so our tin can go down okay. Well, guys, I hate to leave this video with only half of a roof, or not even half of a roof on this chicken house, but I'm gonna have to stop here for now, unfortunately. Let me show you kind of what my plans are here. So y'all can see I've got 6 out of the 8 sheets of tin up here that I need for this one side here, and of course I need 2 more right over here. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to do that by myself. I'm really trying to avoid working off of ladders as much as I possibly can, and that's why I've been doing it this way, so that I could come up here in this loft and work from up here, and that's been working really good. But now unfortunately I'm out of loft and I just can't do it. And I think what I'm probably going to do is see if I can get my dad over here one day and get him to get on my tractor and put me up here in the bucket to see if I can work off of that. I think that'll probably be my best bet. But anyway, it's looking really good. The measurements are turning out good. It's looking pretty square, and the measurement from here to this truss over here is pretty much exactly right, so I think it's going to turn out just fine. If y'all can tell here, this tin up here is pretty uneven, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be covered by a ridge cap. That tin down there is extremely uneven, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be cut off. So not a huge deal there. I think what I'll do is over here I'll go ahead and put the ridge caps on before I put this side on with the tin, because that'll allow me to put the ridge cap on while I'm over here and screw it down. And I think that'll probably be my best bet, and then just kind of scoot this tin that's going on this side up under the ridge cap right there. And I think that'll work out pretty good. Before I knock off completely for the day, I think I'm going to take a couple of boards and put some extra bracing on this building, because really what I've done is I've kind of added a ginormous sail to the side of this chicken house, and if the wind decides to get up just right, I really think it could probably just blow it right over with that extra drag up there. So I'm going to put some extra bracing on here, and I think that should be okay. So guys, sorry to leave you with such an unsatisfying video. I like to complete a project usually before I end the video, and that just makes it a whole lot more satisfying, I feel like. But unfortunately, I'm just strapped for time. Today is it's Wednesday the 20th. I'm probably not going to be able to film until next Tuesday, and I've got a couple of videos in line to show y'all, and they're probably going to be a little bit shorter than normal. But that should be able to fill the gap from now until the time that I get back and I'm able to film and start completing projects again. But either way, I really appreciate y'all watching this video, and I will see y'all on the next one. Now that I think about it, I don't know why I told you that, because this is going to be the second of those 2 videos that are already ready to go. So I might be home by now and making new videos. So hope you enjoyed the last one and this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Ouch.